Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome back to my channel Leela Web Dev. In this video, we will learn about the part 2 of this one, right? So, part 1, we have designed the UI of our to-do list app using the Android Studio and the Kotlin. So now, we have built the layout with the edit text box and all those things we have did it. If you try to see the design view, so this is the thing. Now in part 2, we are going to make our app even smarter. We will save the tasks permanently in the device memory, so that even if you close the app, your list will be there when you reopen it. We also add the delete feature and customize the app logo at the end. Let's get started. The step 1. So first of all, we need to understand the problem, what I was trying to tell you. So right now, if we add items to the list using an adapter, it works fine. But when we close the app, the list disappears. This is because we are only storing the data in the RAM. To fix that, we need to save our list to a file on the device internal storage. And when the app starts again, so we will read the file, load all the saved tasks back into our list. So let's make this clean and organized. So instead of writing everything in the main activity, we will create a new file, Kotlin file. So right click on this one. So here I will be right clicking on this one, new and new Kotlin class, and I will be naming it as a file helper. This is our file. So now this class will handle all the file saving and reading operations. Keeping it separate, it flows the object-oriented programming principles, making our project cleaner and easier to manage. Inside the file helper, so what I will be trying to do it is, so let's define a constant. So here while val file name is equal to, so here I will be using the list info.dat file. So this is the data file, binary data. So that's why I have given it as a .dat file. So whatever the extensions, it doesn't matter about the extensions. If you want, you can also make it as a .txt file. But here we will be saving the serialized data. There is nothing but binary data format. So that's why we have used the .dat extension. So we'll use this name in multiple places. Defining it once helps it avoid making the mistakes. So now let's create a method to save the data into the file. So now we need to save the data into the file. So for this one, what I can do it is function write data. And here, so in order to write the data, first of all, we need to get the items. Okay, item, it should be of type array list of string, and the last one is the context. So we need to get the context also. Context of type context. So now here we'll be having this one. So let's try to implement this feature. So guys, here what I'll be trying to use it is, I'll be using the file streams to save the data into the file. So you know about the file streams. We have already discussed in our Node.js. Think of a stream as a pipe that connects your program to a file. So through this pipe, the data flows out or flows in for reading. So in Android or the Java in general, file output stream sends the data from your app to the file, and file input stream reads the data from the file into your app. So let's try to see this one. So here I will be writing one by one. So first of all, what I will be trying to do, step 1, I need to open the file. So in order to open the file, so what I will do it is FOS is of type file output stream. Okay, so I need to open the file. So context dot. So here I will be opening the open file output, and here I need to give the file name, and we need to give the context mode. So context dot mode underscore private. So let me explain you this line. What happens here? Android creates or opens if it already exists. So here it will open a file in your app's internal storage directory. So where it is stored, it will be stored in the /data your package name /files list info.dat file. So like this. And I have used the context underscore mode underscore private. This ensures that only your app only can access this file. No other app on the device can able to read it or write it. And here the file output stream. So now here FOS creates a byte stream. Okay, so this one creates a byte stream and lets you write raw data into that file. So now it has created a byte stream. So now think of file output stream as a pipeline from your app memory to the file onto the disk. So now step 1. So what we need to do, we need to create an object output stream. Let's create it. So val OS object output stream is equal to object output stream and of FOS. So we need to give the file output. So what is the meaning of this line? So it is like a helper that knows how to take whole object like list string or something like that, and it will convert the data into the bytes. So that is the main thing. So now it uses a process called serialization, turning complex data structures into a stream. So now why not just use the FOS.write directly, because that only write raw dates, not entire objects. With object output stream, we can save the whole list in one go. So now here we have used it this one. So here you can write os.write object. Okay, os.write object, and we can send the data. So that is nothing but the data is nothing but item. So we have sent the entire data. So now this one will be saved as an byte stream. So this line takes your array of list, serializes it, and sends it through the output stream. So the file now contains all the data representing your list. So now it is stored, and now the data will be stored as a binary sequence. So after finishing off this one all, so what you need to do, we need to close the stream. So here how you can close the stream, so simple. So you can use the os.close, okay, and also we need to close the fos.close. These are all things we have already discussed in the Node.js. So same thing, we will be using the same concept in the Java also. So now why we always need to close the streams means because it ensures all remaining data is written flush to the file. It releases the system resources and all those things, something like that. Not closing streams means can cause the corrupted files, too many files open errors or something like that. So that's why closing is essential every time you want to read it or read it, write it or read it. So fine. So let's try to read the data back. So that is nothing but function here. So function read data, and here I will be taking the context, which is of type context. That's it. So just we are trying to read the data, right, which will return the value that is nothing but array list of string. So now we need to write it here. The same concept which I will be trying to write, it is the same concept I will try to implement. So here we will be using in file input stream. So let's go and write it here. So for what I will be trying to do is, so here I will create where item list is equal which is of type array list of string. Okay, so I have given it like this. Now here I will be using the try catch. Well, so this time FIS of type file input stream. Input stream is equal to context dot. So here we need to use the open file input. Okay, this time we need to use the open file input of file name. So we need to use the file name. So what I need to do, I need to create the object input stream. So that is nothing but os is equal to object input stream, and let's pass the FIS here. So now at the last, what I need to do, item list is equal to OIS dot read object. Okay, read object, and it should be read as array list of string. Array list of string. So fine. So now this one is finished, and here what I can do it is, so catch when the first time it is trying to is it, so there will be no file available, right? So we are using this file not found exception, and here I can create item list is equal to array list of string, array list. So that's it. So now here I will be creating the array list, and now here I can return the item. That's it. So this is our read data. So now if no file is found means an empty list will be created so that the app runs smoothly without any crash. So now let's try to connect the file helper in the main activity. Let's go to our main activity, and back in the main activity, so here I can create in such a way that where file helper is equal to file helper. Okay, so now we have created the file helper. Now when the app starts, we need to read the saved list. So here what I can do, so here I can write in such a way that item list. So here we are having the item list is equal to file helper dot read data, and here you can pass the this, that is nothing but the context we need to pass it. So we got the item list. Now we need to connect this list to our list view using an ArrayAdapter. Okay, let's create the where ArrayAdapter is equal to ArrayAdapter of, so first one what we need to do, we need to pass the context, and the next one is Android layout. So Android dot r dot layout dot simple list one, and we need to pass the ID. By default the ID will be Android dot r dot id dot text one, so it will be the default one. And here at the last we need to pass the data item list. That's it, we are passing the data to the adapter. So fine, here the data is done. So now here what I need to do, so we got the list view, right? So here we can use the list view dot adapter is equal to ArrayAdapter. That's it, finish. So now we have bind the data. Now whenever we have a saved data, automatically it will appear automatically when the app opens. So fine, so now we have saved the data and we have did this one also. We have created our file helper and we have connected to the main activity and we have did these all the things. So in the next video what we will try to do it is, in the next part, so we will try to create the button. Okay, let's go to our design view. So we'll make this button actionable and the data is also automatically populated, and we will try to see whenever we try to click on this item, so we'll try to delete the item also, we'll try to plan it. So that's it guys about this concept. So hope you understood about this 2D list thing, saving the data and reading the data from the file. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.